welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tiffany. You guys can call me Tiff, and my channel is all about beauty and lifestyle. I'm a full-time mom, wife, and esthetician, so if that sparks any of your interest, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload, which is every Friday. As for today's video, we are doing a quick get ready with me. I am spilling the tea on my weight loss journey, on my struggles, my bad habits, and some addictions. So if you guys want to see and want to know what my journey was like, what I did, and what I'm still struggling with, then go ahead and keep watching my video. Before I start, I just want to say I'm gonna start doing a get ready with me and talk about my weight loss journey and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the first thing I want to say, I am not a fitness influencer, I am not a nutritionist, I am nothing of those things, and I'm definitely not here to tell anyone how to lose weight. This is just my personal experience of what I've been through and what I'm still going through. I do want to share a couple tips that have worked for me, but also at the same time, this is not a guide for you to follow. I mean, I hope whatever I say does resonate with a couple people or somebody, but if not, then we are just here so you can listen to me rant and talk and watch me do my makeup. So I'm not going to be putting out products, I'm just going to be doing my makeup and talking at the same time. So all the products that I do use, they will be down in the description. For a while, I wasn't really taking care of myself. I really was just focusing on eating girl dinners. And it was either from girl dinners, which was like horrible food that was not nutritionist at all, or I was just overeating. I come from a Hispanic household, like we are Peruvian. I am Peruvian. Growing up, all we ate was, arroz, platanitos, carne, spaghetti, tallarín saltado, arroz chaufa, like all these amazing good food. But it was a lot. Also, to kind of just pause, I have been asked a couple questions on how I did this, what happened, so I will include a couple questions that people have asked me. So the first question is, when did you realize your eating habits were unhealthy? And this is like a crazy fucking question. I realized my eating habits were unhealthy because I was eating fucking ice cream sandwiches, popcorn, chips, stuff like that for my meals. Like, any person would be like, well, that makes sense. Next question. What made you start questioning your food choices? It took my husband saying something, and he didn't say it in a mean way. He's a very honest person. It was just like, I would just be eating these crazy foods and feeling horrible. Like, I would just be horrible, and then I would still keep eating. It'll make me feel better. I don't know, but he basically, it was one day where I was eating, I think, popcorn, and it was like 2 ice cream sandwiches, a bowl of popcorn, some chips, a bread with like butter toasted, and I was just not feeling good. And I was also, again, just kind of like, oh my god, like I look like crap and blah blah. And my husband was like, well, why don't you try to eat nutritional food, like eat some protein, why don't you have some vegetables, some chicken at least? And then I think I was just like, you're right, like I'm over here eating food that I shouldn't be eating because it's like horrible to be surviving off of that. It has no value in it. During that time, I've always worked out my entire life. I never ate the foods that I needed to eat. I was also, during that time, I was complaining that like, I'm working out, I'm doing this, I'm still not seeing any results. I just wasn't eating the right foods, obviously. Another realization that I had was that I wasn't just eating because I was hungry. I was also eating because of my emotions. Anytime I was stressed, sad, happy, excited, anything, it always was me feeling a way and connecting it with food. If I was happy, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna celebrate and eat this. Or if I'm like sad and depressed, I'm gonna go have that food because it's gonna make me feel better. It became more of my comfort food when I had those bad feelings, and then a celebratory food when I was feeling happy. It was like my way of coping. Looking back at it, I was overeating a lot, especially with carbs. Next question, how did emotional eating start for you? Was it always this way or did it develop over time? I think it was always this way. I don't know. Food was just a big part of growing up. Like, we always had big dinners. That's just how it was. And I think I did get that from being home. I did lose a lack of self-control, especially during the times when I did feel depressed and anxiety. Every time I was depressed or sad, I focused it with food. I don't really know the cause or root of it, if I've always been this way. It's like I don't really realize when it started and when I used it as a coping mechanism. We'll just say maybe I've always had it. I've been that way for almost my entire life that I can remember. Next question, what were your go-to comfort foods? My go-to comfort foods at that time were ice cream sandwiches, kettle corn, and carbs, bread, spaghetti, pasta. Like, it really was just all carbs. Like I said, I didn't just love carbs. I really was addicted to them. It's like crazy to say that, and I feel kind of dumb saying that, because it's like, who gets addicted to carbs, to bread? But it was not easy. I would love to go to Olive Garden and I would eat pasta and the soup and all the breadsticks and take them home. Even think about it, like, it's so good. When I would have a stressful day, I would be like pulling out my kettle corn, pulling out the pan with like butter, mantequilla, and toasting it. It was just like me eating and eating and eating, and it wasn't even the goal of me choosing to be full. I don't know, I guess the feeling that food gave me to feel better, I honestly just don't know. But it definitely wasn't me being hungry, because I would be overeating knowing that my mom would be like, oh my god, I'm kind of full, but I still keep eating. I guess like now I want to make the change. I want to live a better lifestyle. I don't want to overeat. There was many times that I would say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna do this. I would just do it for a little bit and then I just never do it. But this time, I don't know what in me, I was just like, something needs to change. I can't live my life like this. So I did. I went into a deep hole on like eating more healthier foods, eating protein. I started off by making good meals that were healthy. The biggest thing that I just also noticed was portion control. What was the hardest part about cutting back certain foods? Not gonna lie, it was so hard. My breakfast was eating eggs, turkey bacon, a whole bowl of oatmeal with bananas and strawberries, and my green juice. All of that, I think, was like at least 700 calories or 800, something crazy like that. It was hard of finding a process and alternative of not eating too many carbs and still having a good meal that I love. And I changed from having a breakfast like that to my breakfast being 2 eggs, the black label bacon from Sam's Club. It's 80 calories for 4 pieces, all protein so far. Then I have my Aldi's 2G Greek yogurt protein that has a little bit of carbs in it, but most of it's protein, and I add 3 strawberries in it. All of that plus my coffee and my 0 sugar creamer adds into 320 calories, going from having an 800 calorie breakfast to 300. It was not easy. Next questions, did you struggle with cravings? How did you deal with them? I did struggle with cravings. I did. The way I dealt with them was being distracted. I need to be distracted doing something during that time when if I'm doing nothing and I'm just sitting and I'm bored, I want to eat stuff. And I know that about myself. There's been many times where that has happened, where I was just like, I will eat, and that's what it is. But then with that, like, I will beat myself up for it at the end of the day for doing that. Can't win here. To kind of like plan out my days, I did start counting my calories. From when I started counting my calories, I'm still the same. I'm eating within 1,506 calories a day. I definitely in the beginning was very strict on it. Like, I would really pay attention to my macros, which it helped me lose weight. It did. I would like weigh my food for everything. It did come to a point I was just so into it that there was this one time me and my family, we were gonna go eat hibachi, and I was like, would it be crazy for me to bring my scale? And they're like, yes, like, don't do that. But even that day, I think my mother-in-law was like looking at me while I saw all the rice and all the meat and vegetables, and I was just like, oh my god, like how many calories is in here? And it was very stressful doing that. Counting calories did help me maintain within a calorie deficit, but it definitely did take me into a whole different route, I guess, on how I view food. During that time, like, I would not want to eat any carbs at all. I cannot have any. I can't enjoy it. I can't do this. Like, it was kind of bad, like, mentally. Did end up noticing that I did need carbs. I needed good carbs. Then I started getting into understanding why we need carbs, because we need carbs for energy. I started running, hopefully by the end of the year, a marathon, and not a marathon, a half marathon. But I want to start running a lot more. I would always see people talk about, like, yeah, just make sure you get enough carbs to give you energy and blah blah blah. So I was like, oh, okay, so I don't need to cut out carbs completely. I just made sure that all the carbs that I would eat, I would try to not overeat it. In a sense, like, it did cured the anxiety of, like, me restricting myself so much. And I feel like I sound like a freaking fat ass like talking about food like this, but it was true. I ended up buying low carb stuff, low carb bread. If I wanted pasta, I changed it to alternative. That's like for a whole nother video of, like, all the stuff that I changed in my foods. I did find alternatives. Then it started getting fun because I started creating my favorite foods, like flautas with healthy low carb stuff. If I had to choose a diet that I chose to go with, it would be a low carb diet. And I still try to do that now. Just including the changes of my eating habits. I started running. I was still working out and strength training. With all of that, I was just already feeling a lot better about myself. I had more energy. My mood was improved and I felt strong and just honestly the best version of myself. I decided to do like a big before and after from when I first started to where I was, and I think it was only 4 months. It was really amazing. Like, I literally saw how much I've changed in those 4 months, and I was so proud of myself because I've never had a result change like that ever in my life. And I was just so proud of myself, and it helped me keep going. It helped me live a happier life of like, oh my god, I actually did something to change what I was unhappy about. What's something unexpected you learned from this process? I learned that I do have self-control over what I want to do. Like, I learned from my mother-in-law and Drew, my husband, on portion control and what to eat and healthy foods, on different things to do. I did learn so much internally about myself, my mind, and how I process things in my life. And how did your relationship with food change? My relationship with food changed a lot. I'm not perfect, so the way I view food now is probably not healthy. I know what to eat. I know protein and some carbs are great. I try to keep within the same. I view food now as like, how is this gonna benefit me? Whereas before I'd be like, I don't care, I just want to eat. Now I really have to still to this day calculate what I eat. If I eat bad and I overeat my calories, I do beat myself up for it. And that's the reality of all of this for me. It's not like this for everybody, at least I don't think. My relationship with food is not easy, and maybe it's just not normal. I do want to be honest, this is not a perfect story. This is not fairy tale ending. Even though I've lost weight and started feeling better about myself, I did develop some struggles. Like, obviously the viewing food in an unhealthy way is one of them, but also I've developed a point of body dysmorphia. I really feel like honestly none of this is said by my doctor. I don't know if you would go to a doctor for that. I just know myself, and I hyper focus on not wanting to look the way that I looked again. Not just like the way I looked. I don't want to go to the way I used to be, where I would shove food in my face. I hyper focus on never wanting to do that again. That was such a low point in my life that it's like, I don't want to do that. I did end up going to those bad habits again. it might just not be with those same foods. Like my comfort food now is my popcorn. And every time I'm stressed or anxious, I just eat my popcorn. Now, it might not be the worst thing in the world, but it's like it's still a habit that I had, that I know, and I'm still doing it. I'm still working on myself, still trying to make better choices, still trying to have some self-control. The question was, what does body dysmorphia feel like for you? It just feels like I stare at myself and I nitpick everything that's wrong with me. I want to work on this, or that looks ugly. Like anything that I put on, it does not look good. It's helpful when people notice and compliment, and you know, it feels amazing. Being Hispanic does not help with my body dysmorphia, because when I was overweight, it would be a constant of, oh, tu cara está un poco hinchada, or oh, you're looking a little big today, or you're looking like this, or estás comiendo mucho, estás haciendo esto, te ves así, te ves el otro, estás un poco gordita, ¿no? I don't know what it is about the confidence of telling someone that they look fat or just telling them in general about how they look is, I will never understand it, but that's what I would get during that time. Then when I lost weight, it's like, oy, te ves muy flaca. No, I don't like it. You don't look good. You look sick. Te ves enferma. Te ves esto. Te ves el otro. It was just never enough. And then there'll be like sometimes where I still look like this, but let's say the camera angle is not its greatest, and I'm like from the camera angle down here, like, oh, hey, talking, and it's the same thing, like, oh, tu cara está un poco hinchada. Thank you. That's just, I guess, the part of it of being Hispanic. You will get criticized every day. Yes, how do you manage those thoughts when they come up? I mean, there's good days where I'm just like, you know what? If I don't like something, I will try to make a change about it and be productive. There's days where I'm like super confident and I'm like, I remember last week when I was bloated as hell. I'm having a great day. And I just try to be distracted. I try to not really focus on it, because if I keep focusing on it and I keep going back, it's just gonna bring me into that whole rabbit hole of me being sad and depressed, and again, for me, overeating. There's not really much managing going on, but I guess the only way I manage to do it is being honest and talking about it. And that's just my way of dealing with stuff. I'm like that with everything in my life. I am very open. I'm very out there. So like I said, this journey is not about weight loss and how to lose weight. I guess, to be honest, it's really about mental health and self-control and finding a balance. I didn't teach you shit on how to do that. And I'm not here to teach you. This is just my journey on what I figured out in my life of what happened. I'm still figuring it out to this day. I honestly just wanted to make this video. I wanted to do a makeup video, a little get ready with me. I needed a topic to talk about, and this has been a topic that a lot of people have asked me in my DMs. Like, you lost so much weight. I see you running. I see how you do it. Like, how did you start? It wasn't an easy start. It was so many challenges, and I'm still going through challenges to this day. I am not perfect. It's not a perfect, easy process of what I've been through and what I'm still going through. I know a lot of people do struggle with bad habits and emotional eating. I mean, if you're there with me, we can get each other. It's not going to be an easy start. It's not going to be overnight. It really just is. If you want to do it, you will do it. I'm there. There's still, like I said, I'm going back to bad habits, and it's just a learning process to keep going. And I do want to let you know, like, if that is you, you are not alone. I'm gonna be honest, I am feeling a lot alone right now because I have no idea if people do feel like this or if people are going through this. So I am feeling very alone right now. I'd rather be honest and real and not give out this perfect weight loss journey, because it was not perfect at all, and it's still not. But yeah, let me know if you guys can relate to this or if you've gone through anything similar. I would love to hear your thoughts and your stories. And if you made it this far to the end of my little makeup session, thank you for hanging out with me and hearing my journey on this not perfect lifestyle. Let me know if you love these get ready with me. Let me know if you guys want to hear a different story time on a different topic. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow my social medias at Tiffanycherre and Cherrebeautique, and I will be back with more videos.